Hey! Welcome everybody to one more episode of the English Mindset Lab. I'm Leo, the serious Gen X guy. Or am I a millennial Maya?
You are definitely on the edge, Leo. I'm Maya, a proud millennial. Today, we are talking about the generation gap.
It's a hot topic. We see it in the news, in our families, and at work. Okay, boomer, lazy millennials, sensitive Gen Z.
We are going to explain who is who, why we are different, and most importantly, how to understand each other.
And of course, we'll do it with some humor and a lot of English practice.
Let's start with the math. Leo, give us the dates.
Okay, listen carefully, because people often get this wrong. Baby boomers. Born roughly between 1946 and 1964. They are the post-war generation. Gen X. Born between 1965 and 1980. Often called the latchkey kids or the forgotten generation. Millennials. Gen Y. Born between 1981 and 1996. We saw the internet arrive. Gen Z. Zoomers. Born between 1997 and 2012. They don't remember a world without smartphones.
And now we have Gen Alpha, the kids of the millennials, born after 2013.
It's important to remember these are general groups. You might feel like a zillennial, half millennial, half Gen Z.
Let's be honest, the stereotypes are hilarious.
My favorite boomer move is printing an email to read it. Why, Maya? Why?
Because they like physical things. But boomers are the reason we have the economy we have. They value loyalty and hard work.
Then you have Gen X. We are the cynical ones. We grew up watching MTV and playing outside until the streetlights came on. Our mindset is, just leave me alone so I can do my job.
And then, millennials. We are famous for avocado toast and for killing every industry, from diamonds to napkins.
Millennials brought work-life balance and mental health into the conversation.
And finally, Gen Z. They are the digital natives. They can edit a video, trade crypto, and cancel a celebrity all before breakfast.
But they also have the Gen Z shakes. Anxiety if the Wi-Fi is slow for 2 seconds.
True, but they are also very socially conscious. They care deeply about the planet.
Why do we fight, Maya?
It's about context. Boomers grew up in a time of growth and stability. Gen Z grew up in a time of climate crisis and social media.
At work, a boomer thinks, I stay in this company for 40 years. A Gen Zer thinks, if this job doesn't give me purpose, I'm leaving in 4 months.
This is the generation gap. It's not about who is better. It's about how our environment shaped our mindset.
The mindset lesson today is cognitive empathy. It means trying to understand how another person sees the world based on their history.
Instead of saying, "You are wrong," say, "I see how your experience makes you think that. That is how you master communication."
Now, let's get serious for a moment. This isn't just about memes and TikTok. This generation gap has created a huge disconnect in the professional world.
You're right, Leo. Most companies today are owned or managed by Gen X. They are the bosses now, and they are facing a massive challenge when they hire Gen Z.
I hear this from my friends every day. A Gen X boss grew up with a very specific idea of work. For them, work is a duty. You arrive on time, you follow the hierarchy, and you do the job even if it's boring.
But Gen Z enters the office with a completely different mindset. For many of them, the traditional nature of work feels outdated. They don't just want a salary, they want a vibe, a purpose, and total flexibility.
And this is where the conflict starts. Gen X managers often feel that Gen Z hires don't understand their responsibilities. They see a young person asking for a promotion after 2 months, or refusing to answer an email after 5 p.m.
To a Gen X boss, that looks like laziness or lack of respect. But to a Gen Zer, it's setting boundaries.
The problem is that many Gen Zers don't seem to perceive the fundamental duties of a role the same way. They might prioritize their personal growth over the company's immediate needs.
This shift is very intense in the modern workspace. We see a lot of quiet quitting from Gen Z and a lot of frustrated management from Gen X.
Exactly. Gen X says, just do your job. Gen Z says, explain to me why this job matters to my mental health.
If we don't bridge this gap, the corporate culture will continue to suffer. Gen X needs to learn to coach, and Gen Z needs to learn that work, by nature, requires grit and consistency.
Let's look at 12 words to describe generations and people. Generation gap. Noun. The difference in opinions and behaviors between young and old people. Stereotype. Noun. A fixed, oversimplified idea of a particular type of person. Digital native. Noun. A person born or brought up during the age of digital technology. Cynical. Adjective. Believing that people are only interested in themselves and are not sincere. Loyalty. Noun. A strong feeling of support or allegiance. Work-life balance. Noun. The equilibrium between personal life and career work. Purpose. Noun. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Stable. Adjective. Not likely to change or fail. Firmly established. Socially conscious. Adjective. Being aware of and caring about social and environmental issues. Empathy. Noun. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Disconnect. Noun. A lack of understanding or communication between two groups. Grit. Noun. Courage and resolve. Strength of character to finish something difficult.
Repeat after me these two powerful sentences to improve your fluency. Understanding the different perspectives of each generation is key to building a harmonious workplace. Every generation has unique strengths that can help us solve the complex problems of today.
No matter if you are a boomer, X, millennial, or Z, remember, we are all in this lab together. So don't forget to send this video to a friend of your generation who learns English, or to your boomer's parents. Haha.
Subscribe to English Mindset Lab and tell us in the comments, what is your generation and what is one thing you love about it?
And one thing you find funny about the other generations.
Stay open-minded, stay curious. Goodbye.
Goodbye.